How's it going, YouTube? My name is Blake Yarbrough and welcome back. Today we are back on schedule. We've got another early sneaker to review, which is the Air Jordan 1 Biohack. Now this sneaker is set to release in September, and I was able to secure an early pair from Sneaker Knockers. You've heard me talk about them in the past. They are an awesome group to work with. They were able to get me these early for a review, so thank you to Sneaker Knockers. Griffey had to make an appearance. Come here, buddy. So I was able to secure these early. We're gonna show you all the details, go through the shoe. I'm gonna tell you my opinion. But first, I have a huge announcement to make with today's video sponsor, which is Reshoevn8r. What's up, guys? I want to take a minute and tell you about this huge sale that's going on with Reshoevn8r tomorrow, August 8th. It's their 10th anniversary, and this is a cleaner that I've been using now 4 or 5 years. I originally got this as a gift. I got a similar package to this. This is the Deep Clean bundle. It's the largest bundle from Reshoevn8r. It's absolutely fantastic. It has everything you need to totally launder and deodorize your shoes. But what I wanted to tell you guys is 35% off. That is insane. All new products will be dropping, but 35% off. Just use code BLAKE and my link in the description to get that huge discount. There's going to be giveaways, there's going to be mystery boxes, there's going to be a live DJ. It's going to be this whole digital experience to celebrate Reshoevn8r's 10th anniversary, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Go ahead and use my code BLAKE to take advantage of this huge discount and get the best sneaker cleaner on the market. This is what I use to clean my sneakers all the time. You've got the laundry pod, laundry bag, you've got the collapsible bowl as well. This is perfect for once you're done cleaning. Collapses just like that, easy to store. Guys, their products are absolutely phenomenal. They've been totally revamped. Go ahead and click the link down in the description, take a look, and 35% off just tomorrow with code BLAKE. Make sure you take advantage because this is honestly a chance that doesn't come around that often, and I'm just so happy to share this deal with you guys. So thank you to Reshoevn8r for sponsoring today's video, and congratulations to them. 10 years strong is absolutely amazing. Here's to many more. Now let's get back to the review. Now let's go ahead and talk about these sneakers. When I saw the early leaked images come up on Instagram, you know, honestly, I wasn't a fan of them. It's just too many colors, too crazy of a colorway for me to really get excited about them. Now having them in hand, I honestly feel a little bit different about them. I like them a little bit better in person. There's some things that I really like about them, which I'll talk about first, and then I'll tell you the things that I don't really care for as much. I like the overall color blocking, the way that they've got all these different colors going on. You've got like this mint green midsole, you've got this really bright, vivid laser orange tongue is what it's called, and then you've got this bright pink, this racer pink is what Nike's calling it, on the sock liner. And so those colors I really like a lot. They really contrast the black and the brown on the upper, and I just think it gives it like kind of like that vintage like 80s vibe. And so I think for whatever reason, kind of like the off-white Vapor Streets that had just a whole mix of different colors, I feel like the mix of these colors actually goes together pretty well once you see them in person. Now the entire upper of this sneaker is covered in a leather and nubuck finish, which I think looks pretty good. I would say the quality is not like top notch. It's not like the Travis Scotts or any of the really high-end low production Jordan 1s that have released over the last couple years, but it is pretty nice. It is pretty nice and smooth. And so I'd say overall, I do like the finish on the upper. You got this silver swoosh, which is kind of interesting. It definitely pops against that black background, and then the Baroque brown that they have here on the heel and on the wings, which that's another interesting thing a lot of people haven't shown online. The wings are detached, much like the off-whites or like the Rookie of the Years. I forget what other Jordan 1s have had detached wings, but those are the ones over the last few years that have had this detached wing look. And on the inside, you've got this neon green paneling, which looks pretty interesting. You don't see it anywhere else on the shoe actually, so it's just another color added to this sneaker. You know, I don't really care for the detached wings. I always lace mine through these eyelets anyways, and so for me, I'd prefer them to just be stitched down. I don't really like this whole loose vibe, but it has become popular over the last few years, so it's easy to see why Jordan Brand went with that to try and attract and build some hype on this sneaker. One really interesting thing I saw about this pair as opposed to other Jordan 1s is that the wings up here, this paneling around the heel, is actually finished. It's got like stitched piping that goes all the way around the panel right there on the top. Now usually this is like a raw edge that matches every other leather panel that goes around the sneaker, but for whatever reason they decided to not only detach this but also to stitch this like piping around the edge. To me, it doesn't look right. It just looks kind of odd because on the tongue you've got this raw edge tongue, which is like an off-white type thing. So you've got this raw edge tongue which looks unfinished, but then you have this stitched panel that goes around around the wings, and it just kind of contrasts each other in a way that I don't really like. I feel like this would have looked so much better if they would have left this like a raw edge like the Rookie of the Years, because it would have matched so much better with the tongue and also with the patch on the tongue. So you've got Nike Air on the tongue, but it's not the traditional Nike Air that we're used to seeing on a Jordan 1. You got the square logo dead center on the tongue. And so that's another thing that when I just saw these right off the bat, the first leaked images, I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of these. It just wasn't like the typical Jordan 1 colorway. And what I've learned over the years is that I don't need to have every single release. I've collected hundreds and hundreds of sneakers, and I've sold my collection a few times. And so when I originally saw the leaked images of these, my initial impression was that's not a Jordan 1 that I have to have or that I really want to add to my collection. I just thought it's pretty cool, but it's not one that I have to have. And seeing them in hand, I feel much the same. It is a really cool colorway, and I like a lot of things about it. But what I didn't understand about these was the inspiration for the colorway. So I just thought this was a randomly generated colorway from Jordan Brand, but actually it's inspired by, guess what? A Nike Dunk. So there's an undefeated Nike Dunk collab from 2005 that looks almost identical to this colorway, and that's where the inspiration comes from. It's also supposed to be inspired by Japan and just their fast-paced culture that they have in Japan, and so that's the inspiration for this colorway. And as I've said in videos in the past, I like a good inspiration to a colorway. If a colorway is inspired by a story or by another sneaker, usually that gives it a little more value to me, and so that actually holds true on this pair as well. Because it's inspired by Nike Dunk collab from 15 years ago, it actually makes it a little bit cooler to me and makes it make more sense at least. But it's not one that I absolutely have to have in my collection. I was able to get these from Sneaker Knockers for this review, and so I wanted to take a second and talk about them. Sneaker Knockers is a Discord group. It's a VIP group that you can join. It's only about $24 a month. I'll put a link to their website down in the description, but it's a great way if you want to just try it out for a month. You can get access to early pairs like these. You can get Yeezys, you can get SBs, you can get tons of early sneakers for a discounted price. You're able to actually flip them and make money with Sneaker Knockers. So if it's something you want to try out, go ahead, check them out down in the description below. But thank you again to Sneaker Knockers for getting me these early. It is one that I did want to review for you guys early, because if I know anything, I know Jordan 1s draw a lot of hype. And this is one that I think will actually sell out very quickly. I think a lot of people like these, and I can see why. It's definitely, if you're into collecting Jordan 1s, I would say this is honestly probably one that you want to add if you like just to collect a bunch of different colorways. This is a very unique one. I think it's one that will actually probably increase in value over time. It's not one that I necessarily just have to have, but it is a very cool colorway. I think all the colors mixed together look really well. I like the vintage unfinished, you know, deconstructed look. I think that's really cool. I think that's actually the wave, is that shoes are just going to become more and more distressed, more and more deconstructed, especially on the Jordan 1, because if you didn't see my last video, I actually customized a pair of the Court Purple 2.0s, and what I did was actually sanded down all the purple paneling to make it into like a suede or a nubuck. If you haven't seen that video, I'll also link that down in the description. But I think the whole deconstructed vibe on the Jordan 1 is definitely the next wave, at least for the next probably 6 months to a year, maybe even a little bit longer, because everybody wants that 1985, that OG, you know, vintage look, and even like clothing is trending that direction. So I think that's going to be a huge trend for sneakers. It's one that I really like a lot. Like on the Travis Scotts, you've got that sail, like vintage looking midsole. I think this looks so nice. And then I've got the sail laces in this sneaker as well, and I just think that looks so nice. It gives it like an automatic vintage feel. I think this is the trend. A lot of people have started, you know, painting their midsoles or dyeing their midsoles to give them that vintage feel, especially on the Jordan 1s, like even on the new releases. And so I think that's just a trend, but I think it's a cool trend. I think it's one that looks really good. And so I think that's something Jordan Brand wanted to accomplish with this, is give them kind of like a vintage feel, but then this bright colorway, which I think September is kind of a late release. You know, I think these should have released maybe a little bit earlier in the summer, because it's got kind of like a summer vibe, even though it's a Jordan 1 high. But that's just my personal opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section below. Is this one that you have to have once September rolls around? I believe the expected release date is September 4th, and they should retail right at $170. That's standard Jordan 1 price. But again, let me know, is this one that you're looking to cop? Would you want to rock these, or would you flip these for some cash? For me, these would be an automatic flip. I'd love to get these and flip them for some money so that I could buy something else that I'd like to have a little bit more in my collection. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out during this review is that I love to change the laces in my Jordan 1s. And so what I wanted to show you guys is that I changed the laces in in this Jordan 1 Travis Scott to Sail because I think the Sail just complements the sneaker so well. And Sail was actually one of the original lace colorways that came with the sneaker. But what I've done is also taken Sail laces and put them in other Jordan 1s like the Obsidian. I've put them in my reverse shatter backboard 2.0s. So let me show you what that looks like. So I've got these right here. Here's the reverse shatter backboard 2.0s. These also have Sail laces in them now, and this lace is actually from Lace Lab. Now I've mentioned them in a few previous videos, but that's where I get my Jordan 1 Sail laces, and it honestly looks just like these Travis Scotts. Like if I hold them next to each other, it actually looks exactly the same. It's a really high quality lace, and so they actually sent me a package that I wanted to open for you guys on camera. It came in the mail a couple days ago. I just haven't had time to open it, and I wanted to open it in this video. So let's go ahead and cut this open, see what they sent me. Oh my God. I asked for them to send me 2 sets of laces, and they sent me, how many did they send me? They sent me an entire pack of laces. Thank you to Joey over at Lace Lab. He actually helped me out. So I asked for 2 sets. They actually sent me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 10 pairs of laces. That's awesome. Thank you guys. I just wanted to show you guys what I use for my Jordan 1 replacement laces. It's these right here from Lace Lab. They've got different sizes. You've got 63 inch and 72 inch. Those are the 2 most common sizes, just depending on how long you like to lace them. I like to go up to this second to last eyelet, which would be the 8th eyelet. And if you do that, then you probably want to get 72 inches. If you like it just to the 7th eyelet, then you'd probably want to go with the 63 inch. But these laces are definitely a high quality lace, and that's what I like to put in mine. You've got like white, black, Sail. I think they have some other options as well, but check them out. I'll put a link down in the description to Lace Lab, and maybe we should do a giveaway. I honestly did not know I was going to get this many pairs, so maybe we should do some type of free giveaway where I give you guys some Jordan 1 laces. Let me know down in the comment section if you'd like to see some type of little giveaway like that on the side. But that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. Again, let me know what you think of these down in the comment section. I'd love to know your opinion. Is this a sneaker that you definitely want to go for? What do you think of all the different colors that they used on these? It's definitely a pretty crazy colorway for the Jordan 1. It's not the typical like standard traditional color blocking, so it's definitely something that's a lot different than what we're used to seeing, but I like it. Overall, I do think this is a really cool colorway. I think it's going to resell for a decent amount of money, probably $300-400. I don't think it'll go any higher than that, just depending on how many they end up releasing. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.